Alright, this is Odd Pod number 2, Luke Skywalker OG, with your boy Wedo, Vino, and Romo. And right quick, I wanted to get on what we were talking about last time when Vino had a theory about, I think it was the heart sacrifices.
Oh
With the
yeah,
Aztecs and the Aryans.
yeah.
And
One of my theories about why they started doing this whole heart sacrifice thing was because there's evidence if you look at some of the quote unquote natural disasters that happened over there in the Mesoamerican times. I think there's evidence that a comet straight up struck the area. You know what I'm saying? And I think of it like this. Remember, the Aztecs, one of their main gods was that feather serpent. Roman, what's the name of the feather serpent?
I forgot.
feather serpent, Satan.
Nah, but you know it's the Aztec little dragon you see in the sky, bird, feather serpent.
That's where that it has.
Quetzalcoatl.
Well, that's all right. Well, I'll put a pin in that because I had a question about that later.
And I think that what they described as Quetzalcoatl was basically the planet Venus. And I think that what they saw in the sky was they saw how Venus was created. You know how Venus came to be. You know they were watching its different like basically the one it would look like a giant comet in the sky, right?
Okay.
And obviously because Venus was that close to us, it would flare up and it would sometimes get a little close. And I think during one of these encounters, it got pretty close and dropped some really bad, some damage, because there's evidence that some of these pyramids, they weren't just set on fire like the history books tell you. Oh, the conquistadors or even the tribes amongst themselves set their own pyramids on fire. You don't melt rock with just setting things on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like you need something a lot hotter than something to and it was melted from the top. Imagine if you had a birthday cake, you know what I'm saying? You see, or a wedding cake, better yet, a wedding cake, and we're talking about the pyramids. Imagine that.
It's like a molten lava cake.
Yes, and imagine if I get a big flame and put it closer and closer and closer to it. What's gonna melt first? On the top.
Right.
And as it stops, when it's over with, if anything's left over, it's gonna look like it's gonna basically look like a melted, big melted pyramid, and that's what they look like. So my theory is that that happened, and because of, remember, these people, this is not the age of news information. This is just the age of we're gonna observe what we see, and that's how we're gonna race our lives. They were so afraid of this happening again, this crazy comet that struck and ruined their lands and probably killed a bunch of people, that they thought to appease this god, they had to start sacrificing hearts. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a fine line between before some shit happened and how they were a peaceful people and they had their like
Egyptian, the Aztecs,
Mayans, all of them. They there was a time when they did leave. Just I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna live there. We're not gonna no sacrifice. Basically, it was just a normal thing. And then comes an age to where now if they're at war all the time, now they're sacrificing. Now they're kidnapping each other to sacrifice each other. I think that's what it has to do with.
To prevent that kind of chaos.
Because in this day and age, in Nepal, there is a horrible mass sacrifice every year that they do over there. Like the whole world is against it, but these people still do it. They sacrifice tens of thousands of animals in this giant stadium. You know what I'm saying? And when you ask why that tradition started, the guy who started it said it was because he had a vision of something bad that would happen, and in order for it not to happen again, he was told he had to sacrifice like that. It required a blood sacrifice. So I took that as, well, think about if a whole people went through something like that. Think about if a comet struck here and it attacked and everything was set on fire and oh my god, just chaos, right? Chaos that you've never seen before, because you're like, the sky's attacking us. You know what I'm saying? Why would they do that? I thought the stars protected us and would give us signals, but now they're attacking us. And then after that happens, the survivors are like, they're afraid. I mean, they're running on fear. So in order for them to appease what is their god, their sun god, their different deities, I think out of fear, they thought blood sacrifice. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that's totally plausible, man.
That's just my theory, obviously. And I can give you the proof for Venus, how it was seen and being created. There's evidence for that in the skies and all that. And obviously, if I go back to the class that we took on Mesoamerican history, I'm sure I can tell you where I think it was all good, and then this thing happened and it started getting all bad.
So what created Venus?
Saturn. Okay. Think about it right now. As we look in the sky, you see the sun, that big yellow ball. It wasn't always like that. We used to have Saturn as our sun. You know what I'm saying? And around in our family of planets that we had what was it? I believe it was Mercury and Mars. Okay? And maybe another planet. But Once
Mercury, Mars, and wasn't it Nah, I
So-
think one of the moons from Jupiter.
what might have been, because basically, okay. So anyhow, what happened is the sun came into contact with this little family that we had, where our sun was Saturn. So think about Saturn. It's got this little planet floating around, ooh, all happy and shit. And then the sun comes into contact with it. It caused chaos. It caused chaos. It caused this big sun, Saturn, to all of a sudden dim because the sun was that much more was more powerful than Saturn. It came in, basically ganked all the atmosphere, and in that process, the sun was trying to discharge. Saturn was trying to discharge, trying to kind of calm itself down, but it couldn't. It was spinning so fast, it was discharging things at a crazy pace. And one of the things that came out of Saturn was Venus. You know what I'm saying? The birth of Venus. That's why you hear in so many Greek mythologies the birth of Venus. Oh, she came out of a pearl. She was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't see that. The gods were always the planets. So when they talk about the birth of a god, they're talking about how they saw a planet being created in the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Damn. All right. So you said that the serpent with the feathers.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl.
It's interesting because dinosaurs, they say, have feathers. And there's like a theory that they, because in a lot of different in a lot of different cultures throughout time, they had dragons, and they all portrayed dragons in different ways. And the Chinese had dragons, and the Europeans had dragons, and apparently they had some kind of dragon. And so what if they did see some shit like that, like some flying dinosaur?
I can go two ways with that. Okay, first we're gonna talk about why would they put a dragon in the sky, right? You're asking yourself, this serpent in the sky. If you saw a planet, a comet flying around the sky, broad daylight, how would it look like to you?
Right.
Like a big serpent with the tail of fire going around, right?
Right. That's true.
All right. And now the second thing is about how you talked about what's the thing you mentioned? The dragons, yes. So the interpretation of dragons in cultures. So one of the interpretations, because and I learned this from studying King Arthur. You know what I'm saying? One of the interpretations of King Arthur, he slayed a dragon from Britain, right? Blah blah blah. One of the theories is that sometimes dragons are used as a way to describe what a mass of people become, a mass of people who are hypnotized. Sort of like the way the Holy Roman Church had all of fucking Europe hypnotized, in those ages. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our King Arthur had to come and fight this dragon, this mass organism that moved as one, because at the head of it was the church. And whatever the church said, this animal moved. And think about it. The church said, move right. That animal, all the people are going to move to the right.
So that's the Roman Catholic Church? Or what church was it that he
It could be described as any. It could be described, but that's the only church that ever existed, the Holy Roman Church. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Roman Church is where it all started, and now it's everything. It's Catholics, Christians, neo, whatever, all that.
I mean, because I learned about like the Orthodox Church kind of separated from the Roman Church, like kind of early on. They had a lot of beef and shit, but then during the Crusades, they kind of teamed up to take out the Muslims and stuff. Damn, the Venus thing, that's bananas, bro.
Yeah, bro. If you give me a few hours, I can show you all the lectures I had to watch to get this stuck into my head how it works. I actually have notes. I could bring them next time, but I have notes because I went in and rewatched all these lectures and got the story right so I could explain it.
You reminded me of the way that it described the dragon, because when I was reading the Apocrypha a few years ago, and I've reread it, like I think it's 2 Esdras, and it's
You still recording?
Ezra, that's he's praying and fasting, and he's like communicating with the angel and stuff in the Apocrypha, and it talks about there being like a dragon in the sky and it having a tail, but it basically was like a planet, and it just the debris that's following it and shit. And so we'll be able to see it in the sky, and then we won't be able to see it, and then all of a sudden the tail will fuck us up or something. Some shit like that. And it's all like,
And when you describe, when we talk about things you see out there, comets, asteroids, planets, it's all the same damn thing. It's a part of another bigger being. Like an asteroid is a rock that came off of a planet. Something floated, something going around. It just came out really big. A comet, maybe something not as big, but the same thing, came out of a planet. And obviously, how the planet formed, the same way. It's just a bigger version of that. One that actually, ends up having its own gravitational pull instead of these comets and asteroids just fly through space.
Right. And there's proof. I've been watching scientists that talk about there's been civilizations, like for instance, Atlantis, that have been destroyed because of asteroids and comets or whatever. And
Oh, you know he touched on giant birds and shit.
right,
That's another thing I want to go about. There is evidence that giant birds killed off a shitload of humans back in the day.
I heard about that.
Yeah, what's it called? Do you remember? There's a name for it. It was
Like
some kind of war.
Hunter or something.
Yeah, because these birds, there were the storks. These storks were 5-6 feet tall. And this is back in the time where most of the native humans of this planet, you know what I'm saying, were like maybe 4 feet. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's because of them that Antarctica had to be cleared of the pygmy race. You know, it's because of them that a lot of the pygmies, the race had to migrate across the earth, across Earth because of birds. We went to war with birds and we're lost. And here's the theory: what if these wars with these birds were so intense that when they wrote the legends, they wrote them out to be looking like dinosaurs?
That's very interesting.
Imagine you're a 4 foot guy. You're a 4 foot guy living in a 4 foot world, and you see all these giant birds attacking. You know, let's say one of the guys gets creative, wants to write legend about this. How you know that he didn't invent? You know, they're so vicious. They're like
monster-like.
There you go. Because you know, raptors aren't raptors. Raptors are just a kind of bird, like falcon. Basically, raptors are the birds of prey, like a falcon, like an eagle. Those are raptors. Raptors are not lizards or any kind of reptile at all.
Right, because there aren't any lizards like that. They're all slow and shit. There's like, at least now, like the Komodo dragon. I mean, they're not necessarily slow, but they're kind of slow.
Here's something I want you to think about.
Crocodiles and alligators and
I was about to say, you seen an iguana run? Right,
nah, they run fast.
Yeah, them motherfuckers.
But they're not like a velociraptor. Like, ain't gonna kill you. Like a vulture can like.
Like, I said this, you know, I had this theory one time when I went to Colorado. I remember I was driving into Colorado and this theory just hit me like on the freaking head. It was like, you know, there's a way that God creates most creatures and most humans, right? He creates them in a way to where they can function in their environment, right? So, why would God create an animal with a giant body, giant head, powerful legs, like fucking 20, 30 feet tall, but it has arms that can't even reach up to its neck? I feel like that thing didn't exist. Now, I know that's a giant stretch to think about that.
It's probably a controversial thought, right?
But think about it. Nature does not create things like that and allow them to survive. So you're telling me not only did it create this fucked up, retarded looking creature, but it made it the alpha?
It thrived.
Yeah, like, nah. This creature should have been killed by the other dinosaurs as soon as it came out of its egg, all fucked up and shit. You can't even defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense that this creature would survive and become the alpha king.
So do you think there was other dinosaurs? Like Brontosaurus or shit like that? Or is there not like a lot of evidence? Because I mean, because they didn't find dinosaur bones until like the late 1800s or some shit.
Nah, I hadn't thought that far. I just think that. But if you start off with that, I don't think the T-Rex existed. You obviously have to go further with that thought, don't you? Like, whoa, what about dinosaurs as a whole?
The rabbit hole.
Like you said, and I told you what raptors really are. Raptors are not those creatures you saw in Jurassic Park. Raptors are fucking birds, bro. And I just told you that giant birds existed. These stories that wage war on humans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad we don't live in a time like that shit, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. At least we're taller. We have a little more of a fighting chance. And what you say, pygmies?
Yeah.
They're like 4 feet tall.
Yeah, they were the original. They were basically. I say it like this: if you want to know who were the native inhabitants of every country, just think of the brown people who live in that country. You know, like if you ask yourself, who are the original Australians? Well, look at the brown origin. Right. Here in America, who are the original Americans? Natives.
Right.
In Mexico, who are the ones? The darker ones. You know what I'm saying?
Africa. South America.
Yeah.
But what about Europe? Were there dark people in Europe originally?
Yeah. They were the Hebrews, the Gypsies. You know those people. You know what I'm saying? And also obviously once you had the Middle Eastern people. They that native. Those are the natives of that area too. You know what I'm saying?
Asians are.
I'm pretty sure they're indigenous to that area. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's crazy. You see what coffee does to this, man?
Caffeine, bro.
Right.
Shout out to caffeine once again.
He'll go on and on. Yeah, damn. It's a good story though. It's great thoughts, great theory.
So y'all got any resolutions for the new year?
Man,
2020?
get on something musical this year. Either get those turntables, man, or maybe even see what's up with the bass. But I think the turntables would be more natural for me. You know, it's just natural for me to create a little atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're pretty good at that. What about you?
What?
New Year's resolution?
New Year's resolution? I haven't really thought that far. Nah. Well, stick to my workout regimen. Hopefully, get bigger. But read more books and hopefully get full time at UPS and continue to do what I do.
I didn't bring my water in here.
Hopefully, get this podcast going even more. Yeah, I hope they buy more equipment.
Damn, that's what's up.
We'll upgrade from my phone to probably like a camera, maybe to something bigger.
Yeah. I ain't really thought about it either. You wanna go out and get it?
Hey, you need the keys?
I think I left it in the living room, bro. I don't think it's not here.
When he brought up music, that's a good idea because I haven't really thought about what I want. I mean, I'm gonna keep going to school. That's the plan. Try to.
I had it with me though. We're looking at it. I swear I did have it on me.
Yeah, some mine, bro, if you want.
Appreciate it.
What were you saying?
So when Vino mentioned music, that's a good idea too. 'Cause I got a cousin that moved down here from St. Louis, and he been making beats and stuff. And he wants me to get in there 'cause I used to make beats for him, and me, and for people that were on a little record label or whatever, making beats. And I'm with you, man. Like, excuse me. Hopefully, evolve in the podcast as well. That shit would be dope. And just anything creative, just anything positive. But yeah, going to school probably be the toughest thing, but it'll be all right. 2020. I was born in '89.
Me
Last
too.
minute in the '80s, bro. Last minute in the '80s.
95. I saw a meme that described our generation from 1985. All the people born from 85 to 95. That we have a mix between the hard age generation from before then and into the new age. Like, we can understand the next generation easier because of technology, because we were born in between when technology was starting to take over more and more, even in the schools and even between our lives.
95.
But yeah, we can
That's a good
understand
one,
how the older generation feel because we had to grow up and deal with this older generation being so hard and being like, no, stick to the old ways.
That's how every older generation is, though. You know? I think a lot of them, and then like the smart ones will adapt and do their thing, but do it in the way with the new youngsters. You know what I mean? I think that's a smart thing to do. But so as soon as you went to pre-K and shit, y'all had computers, right? Like in '95. I feel like I didn't see computers in school until I was like.
I remember.
Shout out to the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail was the shit, bro. I love it. I even got like a phone version for a little while.
Shout out to floppy disks.
Floppy disks are not something I missed, but they were pretty cool.
I didn't start seeing a computer that we started like having games on until maybe I was like in the second grade.
Okay, they let y'all play on and stuff.
Yeah.
What game? Do you remember any games?
It was always floppy disk type games. So we would just pop in and then play on it.
Like learning
games?
Games?
Something like that.
There's this one where you could like construct a whole bunch of weird stuff and then you can like put like machines and...
But...
that shit was fire, bro.
I can remember every single year as I grew up, there was a new type of like technology that came out with computers. We never got tablets to take home. We weren't that privileged.
I think my son has a tablet to take home now. I think they gotta leave it at school. I'm not sure, but they carry it around all day at school. So.
My kids' schools they don't allow that. Oh, or at least they're too poor to have that. So whatever.
I think most public schools they don't let them take it or nothing.
I mean, they gotta give them back, of course, but
yeah.
My kids' schools are too poor for all that. So
shit, can you imagine what's gonna be like in 2030, bro?
Man, it's gonna be
not. Because there's really no way because it's escalated so quickly, like technology in such a small period of time of human history.
Technology used to move by the decade, then it moved every 5 years, then every couple years, and
bro, it's like
now it's like every month.
Yeah, hell yeah. They got robots that are like, I think I saw Boston Dynamics that make all those crazy robots that run and you can try to knock over and stuff and they'll get back up. Well, they got a waterproof one and apparently they got like one or two, like the dog one, in some police department somewhere in the United States. I don't know where. But bro, that shit is crazy. Robots gonna be like Terminator, man. I still haven't seen Terminator, any of them.
Terminator.
You wanted to watch Terminator 2, right? You want me to watch that?
T2 is one of the GOAT movies, bro. bro. In my opinion. In my humble opinion.
Is it like the future? Like
Yes.
you think it could lead to that?
Shit, I think it already did happen. To be honest with you, I think we're on the last part of T2 right now. I don't want to tell you anything about the plot because if you ain't T1, I guess it's good. I never seen T1. I'll be honest with you.
You haven't seen it, so it's not necessary to watch part 2.
Look, from what I heard in T1, he shows up and he starts chasing the girl, the mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's pregnant with the kid in T2. And then that's all you need to know. He ends up killing the husband. That's T1. Ha! Spoiler. So that's why you don't even see T1. You already know what happened.
But T2 is where it's at.
Yeah, I won't tell you shit about T2. I want you to see that.
I mean, you have probably like a lot of people who listen to this who's never seen it before. They'll be like, ah!
Oh, man. It's still...
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously they don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm sure the consensus is widespread.
All you need is T2, bro. T1, you can skip it, bro. You be good.
They got the robots, man. They got the robots, they got the AI, they got it all, man. If they ever wanted to, they could just crack down and just send it all.
Bro, there's a book I read like 5-6 years ago called Robo Apocalypse. And you know what? I normally don't like robots at all. Robot stories, robot movies, robot nothing. It just ain't my thing, right? Like medieval stuff, just not my thing. But this book caught my attention because the plot was so good. So the plot was that all the smart things, that one day, one machine, just one, got sentient life, and obviously it decided to try to rule over humans. So it started ordering everything else to kill humans. So all these cars that drove themselves, they start crashing into each other.
Oh, bro.
All your appliances start attacking you and killing you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty wild. And it's not like, when you read it, you're thinking to yourself, this couldn't happen, but yes, it could. It was perfectly written, bro. It was. When
was it written?
Bro, Apocalypse. Here, I'll look it up so I can tell you straight up.
Cause I know like George Orwell wrote 1984, like way before that, and now it's kind of like that. A lot of those things that happened in 1984 now, like facial recognition. Bro, I could post something on Facebook, and it'll notice somebody that's related to me, and they'll tag them for me, bro. That shit is bananas. I mean,
I'll be looking for shit on the internet, and Facebook will know what the fuck I'm looking for.
Oh, bro, all that stuff. Instagram, like
that
if I start
weird,
talking about something, they hear me. What you say?
So that book, Robo Apocalypse, is written by Daniel H. Wilson, and it was written in 2011, so about 9 years ago.
Okay. Wow, I might check that out.
Yeah, you might have to, fam. It's a good read. Like I said, I don't normally dig robots, but this.
There was some guy that supposedly he had like a Tesla or something, so his car could be self-driven, and I think he was like real paranoid, and I'm not sure what he did or why people would go after him, but he was saying if I die, they might make it.
Oh, that journalist from a few years ago?
I believe so, and they crashed into a tree.
Yeah. Hey man, I mean, real talk, bro. You get too close to the beast, that's what's gonna happen, man.
Especially if you get into a robot that's easily controllable.
Yeah, I mean,
you better get into like a Chevy that's all.
You set yourself up.
Machinery,
all manual. The window, all locks are manual, no electronic, nothing. Hell yeah, bro. Or no EMP will fuck with your shit. You know what
smartphone. I mean? If you really gonna be on the edge of society like that, you gotta have burners and shit.
Yeah,
bro.
You do.
And even then, it might be. They got satellites and shit, man.
Because a lot of people complain about privacy, and it's like, yeah, you gotta accept it. You don't have it, not in this day and age, but there are ways to get it. Go out and look instead of complaining, bro. Because complaining ain't doing nothing. Like I said, technology is moving by the day. Every day they're finding some new way to be all up in your shit. So
to make it convenient, to make life more convenient.
And there are ways to avoid that. Like you said, if you really want to go to the extremes, get a smartphone, get a car that can't be controlled by any computers. Don't get those smart devices in your house. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to, there are ways.
It's extreme, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's extremely lazy that all these people want all these devices to do everything for them. You know what I'm saying? Turn on my lights. You know what I'm saying? Make my coffee. What the fuck, bro? You got hands? There are motherfuckers in wheelchairs that wish they could do that shit, bro.
That's who needs it. That's the only people who need it. All those poor veterans and those handicapped people, that's the ones that should be given to them for free.
Yeah.
Not to these people who could be just Google that, type it in and shit.
Yeah.
Because that's a skill that people are going to gradually lose and shit. If they keep going that route, eventually the people are going to forget how to spell. They're just going to be talking. It's going to be weird. It's going to be like WALL-E. Or what's that other movie where the president was Terry Crews? It's like he goes to the future and everybody's dumb as fuck, and then they're like, "What?"
Oh, Idiocracy.
Yeah. You seen that?
Bro, that movie is fucking hilarious.
Classic.
It is
classic.
What year is that from?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you gotta look that shit up. Look it up.
bro. But it's almost like it told the future because Terry Crews has like blonde hair right there, so it's kind of like Trump in a way.
And then
but it's way in the future.
Terry Crews has blonde hair in his
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Oh, does he have blonde hair? I see the
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
now. And he just has a wig.
Yeah, he had a wig on.
But I think he changes the wig sometimes.
That's pretty wild.
But it's this guy, Luke Wilson.
Oh, he's pretty funny, bro.
Bro, and like he ends up in the future, and like he's the smartest person, and really he was like pretty dumb, but
he's pretty average.
nobody drinks water because they're like, oh, they gotta drink this stuff for electrolytes, so no vegetables are growing, and
Yeah, because they think that the plants need electrolytes. They need Gatorade type substance.
just Gatorade, bro. There's no water. People were so crazy, bro. But it's a funny way to look at what's possibly the future.
I feel you.
What is that? I was curious.
Boy got snacks on deck, son.
for real. Okay.
His eyes got his pupils dilated. Like if somebody was on magic mushrooms. Whoop!
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll pick something up on the way home.
Hey, so recently, Romo and I decided to go take a course and learn how to play chess, right?
Okay.
And it's 24 lectures, but the first 2 lectures give you the rough outline of chess. And after we could probably go play and learn from there, right? So we started playing yesterday, you know. And Romo, what do you think about chess so far? And have you ever played it before yesterday?
I've never played it like how we played it before yesterday. I've learned the game, but never had anybody to play it with. If you find somebody that has the same enthusiasm about chess, it's a very fun game to play. You know, all ways around. I mean, chess is that. I mean, it's. I don't know how to describe it.
I played with this one person one time that was kind of like, he was off. You know what I mean? And but he taught me a new rule. Like you can get pieces back. Do y'all do that? Like you can get pieces back if you make it to their side. Cause I never learned.
Yeah, you can use the pawns. That's the unique thing about the piece that's the pawn. If he reaches all the way at the end, he can resurrect any type of other piece
that
you want.
Oh
It could
snap!
So that means you could have
Changed my life, son.
You could have 9
like
queens at once.
Nine queens.
Did you know?
What?
Did you know this
I
about?
don't understand that what he just said right there.
I'm gonna tell you about this. I'm gonna tell you about the queen piece. What's crazy about it? All right. So before the game of chess got to England, the queen was a pretty weak ass piece. The king was the one that ruled everything, right?
Who made it, France?
They say it started in the Middle East somewhere. They were playing it. They were playing it called some chaturanga. That's what they call it, something like that.
They're all smarter and shit.
Hell yeah, those people are extra smart, bro. So anyhow, so this game goes across places in new parts of the world. It gets to England where there just happened to be having their first queen there. You know what I'm saying? You know what this woman did to the sport of chess? She made the queen able to move as many spaces as she wants, all across the board in any direction. Yeah. She OP'd her, bro. She Thanos'd her pretty much. and it is because of that we still play it that way. I'm not sure I guess no one's ever going to address that. That's unfair. You know?
Like we got our own new country.
She's like
follow the queen anymore.
She's like the rook, and she's like the rook and the bishop put together. You know, where you can move either direction. It's pretty wild.
And the king can't do shit.
The king can only move one space anywhere around him. And he can't kill himself. He can't put himself in any danger. He's always got to play it safe.
Okay, so I thought when you put the pawn there, right, then you get to bring back a piece from the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying you can do like 9 times with the queen if your queen's like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a way. I mean, it's a small percentage you'll be able to get all 9 of your pawns.
Yeah.
All of your pawns at the end, but there's a percentage that you can get 9 queens all at once. Yeah,
imagine if you made it with all your 9 pawns across the other side.
You can make them whatever you want?
Yeah, you could choose to make them queens and you got controls. I mean, that's it, you're invincible.
8 pawns, my bad. Because there's only 8 spaces. It's a 64-piece grid on the chessboard. But
he's right. 8, not 9. Sorry. It's
but you already have a queen on your own, so there's a possibility you could have 8 pawns reach the end and then have your own queen.
And that's 9 right there. Are you gonna twist that?
Yeah, I can.
Are you gonna spark that?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna get you.
Hey, I think I'm gonna go to the car and check for the water. You got the keys?
Right there. Some type of.
Don't
hit the panic button.
Backwash. You know
I feel you, man. Give me little fishes in my water.
yeah, gotta restrict you, man.
And his music is so relaxing. So, what you and your family gonna kick it?
Yeah.
Get chocolate wasted,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, my mom and dad are sick, so they're probably gonna stay home. So I'll probably take the boys out.
Where you gonna take them?
No families.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll play around with their kids and have a good little family time.
That's
Come home.
You gonna take them to see Star Wars? Or nah, they're not really interested.
Whoa, it's all hazy in here.
Did you
All
go
that
to the car?
incense. Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Thank you.
Incense burning, OGs learning,
Where is it?
Got
Right in
trees.
front?
Oh man, never mind.
burning. If I was in my car, I'd be swerving, observing, looking for the birds and they chirping, high as a mother. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Native Americans in the TP with the peace pipe and all this freestyling. That's like nowadays. Man, I feel bad for what happened to them, bro.
Oh man, hell yeah, bro. Let me tell you.
Every indigenous people have
Yeah,
been fucked
when we watched the Mesoamerican course, obviously, eventually, it was gonna get to the part in the 1500s where the Spanish came and did all
Christopher
those horrible
Columbus
things,
and
you know what I'm
the
saying?
whole-
And I tell you what, man, it hurt just as bad to hear about it as you think it is. It is just as bad as you think it is.
You know, that's weird as a human, like when we watch something or read something, and if we feel that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Your heart pounds, like you start feeling that fight or flight, and it's like because we're so empathetic. We feel that shit like if we were there. That's why it's so.
We even feel that shit for animals.
Yeah. Vibes and frequencies. When I was on acid the other day, like a few weeks ago, me and the dog were like on the same. Like I knew exactly what. Like he would look at me and I look at him, and it was weird, bro, but it was awesome. It was really cool.
I know that exact feeling. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It feels pretty cool. Feels like you're like, whoa.
And he's like, whoa, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Where's my car? No, it's no, it's not like that. It's more enlightening, chilling.
I feel you.
I hate that the media gives things like that such a bad rap.
Yeah, but it's only because, you know, the man can't profit off it yet.
And they don't want us, they don't want everybody woke. They don't everybody want to like peaceful in that way.
Yeah,
You know?
they don't want you learning your history or learning how, because once you learn your history, bro, you start to see patterns in the way the world is and how things are, and
You see how France is.
yeah, and you start to see the patterns of how things now are just like they were back then. You know what I'm saying? Like the same things that are happening. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And they don't want you to know that. They'd rather you be watching some stuff on your TV for hours and get all stupid. They want you to hate your job, so you go home and make yourself stupider with drink and
With
drugs.
the haze of media and poison.
You know, ignorance is bliss.
sugar.
You know what I'm saying? And they want us all ignorant.
That's what they say, but I feel like
Well, it is.
I'm happier when I'm not ignorant.
What if you did it? Those people who don't know anything and are just
They think
they
that,
sit
but that's
there-
why so many people are like on antidepressants, and
Yeah.
because they think that it's bliss, but then they're taking like the aspartame or all that fake sugar and shit, and it's so many things, bro. Or Advil, like too much Advil.
Yeah, if you're living on vitamins and supplements, bro, yeah, that's not right. You should be making that shit naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't want us to be woke in the mind. They don't want us to be woke in our bodies, bro. They don't like that's like it's like a war, like a psychological, physical war, but
Against an entity, almost like a dragon, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, you see? I tell you, bro, things ain't never changed. It's the same way.
There's a comic strip I saw on the internet of Jeff Bezos where he's a kid. He's like, I want to grow up to be a dragon, and then like the teacher's like, Jeff Bezos, you can't be a dragon.
Like,
And
what?
then it shows 30 years later, and he's like standing on top of his gold pile and shit, just like a fucking dragon, bro.
Heck yeah, bro. That's how it is.
And it's so efficient, bro. Like I ordered something, and they sent it through USPS, and it got lost, bro. I don't know why they sent it through USPS.
Bro, I've always preferred eBay over Amazon. I still
Amazon is really cool. Like I sell stuff on Amazon. I mean, eBay. My bad.
I still ride with eBay. I don't fuck with
eBay's like some OGs, right? They didn't really sell out or
In
nothing.
my opinion, Amazon is only cool if you pay that extra $120 for that Prime. Because if you're not a Prime member, it's gonna take about a month to get your shit. You know what I mean? And trust me, as a person who has ordered multiple times, I'm a mostly online shopper. You know, Romo will tell you. You know what I mean?
He is.
And every time I order from Amazon, it's disappointment, bro. disappointment. Shit gets here late. You know, sometimes I'll get the thing and it's some bootleg shit. You know, obviously, not what was advertised on eBay, bro. I never had that issue. You know what I mean? Because on eBay, I know that I'm buying from a seller that's from the U.S. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
I'm not getting some bootleg item from halfway across the world.
China.
Yeah, it's gonna take a few, weeks, maybe months, maybe more to get here. Like one time, I ordered a lighter, bro, from China, and then when I got here, all of that was inside was a piece of paper that said, because this is illegal to transport across waters, it's been confiscated. Yeah.
Damn, for real.
Yeah, I paid $12 to
get a little
paper.
note.
Yeah, to get a little note from the customs.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
Man. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be illegal.
I've got people from eBay I've been buying from for years, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like my incense plug. I
You
missed.
shout them out?
Shout out. I forgot her name. Holland Candles.
Oh, she makes candles too.
She makes candles, the waxes, all that good shit. The good smell stuff. She's got a lot of different smells. You know, I say she's got a lot of strains, but they're scents. Obviously, incense.
You like to use strains like for flavors too.
Yeah,
instead
I'll
of
be
flavors.
like that.
What kind of strains of cookies you got? Like Girl Scout cookies. And she like,
It used to annoy some people, but I'm like, bro, just don't, whatever, bro, move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be like, hey, we're getting a pizza. Oh, what strain we get? You know what I'm saying? We're getting pepperoni, sausage, cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. They're like, what's toppings?
Look, man, the word strain isn't used enough. We need to use it for more than one thing. It's such a nice word. We should use it more.
It is, but like a strain, like when you take a shit and you have to
strain to push it out.
It could be a bad word.
Two different meanings. Two different meanings. See, we use it more for positive things. Different strain.
I feel you.
Oh, need one of y'all. Fuck.
Appreciate that.
What are you doing tonight, Romo, for this New Year celebration?
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
I was telling Chris I was just gonna spend time with family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He said his mom and dad are sick, but I think they're lying so they kick it together and they can drink and
Oh no, they would drink regardless.
Nah, but they want them out the house.
I feel you.
To kick it together.
Oh, are they both quote unquote sick?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's
they're legit sick.
You think so?
They just okay, he's gone. Yes,
no. They've been.
Are you taking the kids with you to the celebration?
I'm gonna take one of them.
What? Oh,
yeah.
you gonna leave the little boys there, right?
Yeah.
Well, with your parents? No, just take all of them, bro. They want some alone
they'll
time
be
in
all
their
right.
new house and
They'll
shit.
be all right.
New Year.
No,
Start the new year off right.
They want to walk around butt naked. Nah.
They'll be all right.
he's like, no.
I'm not allowing that.
He's like, not if I can help it.
They'll be all right.
That's hilarious.
I might end up taking all of them anyway.
You gonna pour up? You gonna drink anything special?
Man, whatever my fucking grandmother brings out.
Your grandmother?
Mm-hmm.
She drinks?
He has a throat grandmother.
What does she drink? What does she usually drink?
Man, she'll start busting out tequila bottles and she'll start busting them hoes out, boy.
I got a bottle of 1800. But I'm not gonna. I got some Dos Equis too. I might drink a Dos Equis.
I got 2 bottles of vodka still from Christmas.
What are you doing tonight, Chris?
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. For sure, I'm gonna smoke the New Year.
Obviously.
I might fall asleep before. Sometimes I fall asleep before, bro, because I'm just like used to going to sleep early and shit.
The other thing I might go to tonight is my boy Saragosa's Rolling Smokes Barbecue. Anytime you need local barbecue from Mesquite, Texas, hit up David Saragosa. Just gotta shout that boy out, man. That fucking barbecue is just A1, bro.
What's
He
that?
invited me out to go to his.
Mesquite?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's local dude, man. He has his own little smoker he put in the back of his truck, bro. That's why he calls it Rolling Smokes.
Rolling smokers.
Yeah.
What? There's a dude by my job that does that, but he's like with a church or something. I don't know what he calls his. It's alright, but last time I ate it, I got probably ate too much. And there was like a big old, and I was eating it fast. I was at work, bro, and it was
bro, barbecue
crazy.
you gotta enjoy it, bro. That's
You gotta
that's
sit
some heavy,
there.
that's some heavy
and
ass food.
digest
Bro.
it.
Yeah. That's gonna be a cut of some meat, and then maybe some sauce on there. Yeah, bro.
There
All
was
that.
no vegetables.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a potato, but then there was like cheese.
Yeah, bro. You throwing all that flavor inside you. You gotta have time to savor it, fam.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you wouldn't need I don't know how this. You wouldn't grab like a torta, eat it, and I gotta go back. Nah, bro, you gotta sit there and enjoy it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what that man's barbecue does, man. It just makes you sit there and enjoy what you're eating. Then when you realize it's gone, you're just like, can I have another? And is there any more? So hit him up on Facebook. It's Rolling Smokes Barbecue. David Saragosa. Smokers.
Rolling smokes, baby.
He's gonna send people to competition.
I had people in the comment section in his Facebook arguing back and forth, correcting each other.
What kind of music is this, bro? Native American?
Yeah.
It's flute music.
Sleep music.
Call it the peace pipe sound, you know.
No.
Stuff.
Oh, okay.
Make this a power wow.
So y'all watched a lot? Did they talk about their drug use? Like, did they use psychedelics or anything, like ayahuasca, or did they talk about any of that?
To them, it's not drugs. To them, it's just the stuff that Mother Earth puts out, you know, and they know what certain plants do, and yeah, you know, but they treat it with respect, you know. They don't
just binge off of it. They don't just go and party off of it. I mean,
everything done is highly, like, I guess you say ritualistic. You know what I'm saying? Done in the right manner. Wait till you're a certain age. You know what I mean?
So did they partake in cannabis? That y'all know of?
I wouldn't know.
I would assume.
I would assume as well.
I would assume they would have. They probably would have named it something different. You know, I don't think they would have just called it that. They probably would have named it something completely different than just cannabis. That's what I believe, at least.
Cannabis Chris, man. That's my new name. Holla at your boy. Bruh, bruh. Nah, just kidding. Skywalker OG. Yeah, I kind of want to go see the new Star Wars. But
let's go see the first three, bro. It's the same damn thing.
You mean the prequels?
Yeah, nah.
That's what your niece said?
The A New Hope.
The original
Empire
OG.
Strikes Back.
I seen
the
those.
Last
I had
Jedi.
the VHS. Now, those are classics.
Which one was your favorite?
Return of the Jedi.
Hey, which one's that one?
Last one where he's like, Luke, I am your father.
That wasn't the last one. That was the second one, wasn't it?
No,
it's the last one,
bro. Because that's where he kills Darth Vader, and you know his hand.
No, he
kills Palpatine. Supposedly, when Vader kills Palpatine, right?
Oh, I'm talking about Return of the Jedi, right? We're talking about the original three, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, that's what happened?
Yeah.
At the end of it, he saves Anakin Skywalker
from getting
electrocuted.
No, he saves Luke
Skywalker.
He saves Luke Skywalker from getting electrocuted to death. You know, Darth Vader picks him up, grabs Palpatine, throws him over. But he's all getting electrocuted.
But then supposedly he's back in this new one.
It's so stupid.
It is.
I like it as the original.
I feel like they bring him back just because they couldn't write a better character, so they got to keep on bringing him back in some way, trying to find ways to bring him back. You know.
Yeah, and now I don't think it's like George Lucas. Now it's the
it's typical. It's Disney.
It's the Disney powerhouse, bro. If there's gonna be like empires like in 20 years, it's gonna be Disney's gonna own a country, Amazon's gonna own a country. Amazon's gonna own the actual Amazon and everything around it, the Amazon forest and shit at some point. What's another big company?
Apple.
UPS.
Apple. UPS, right?
Come on,
UPS pretty big.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want. And so it'd be like QT. Maybe.
What is it?
Apple's big as fuck. Apple's
Samsung.
Huge. I don't know. The bankers would have their own little
Chase
island.
They already got the world. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's true. The Vatican. They already got their shit. Man, there's so many secrets in the Vatican. It'd be amazing just to. But would you go there? But then you and you got to read anything you wanted, but then you knew they would kill you right afterwards.
Nah, that's what I was gonna say. I need to guarantee I get to come in and leave and leave.
What about you, Ramon? If they you get to read everything and anything you want, you can spend as much time in there. But as soon as you're ready to go, they gotta kill you.
What the fuck?
Nah.
Okay, would you let's say you take the finest porn star you can think of. Let's say would you fuck her and then after you're done, you gotta die.
I'll put it to you.
Exactly. Come on, man. What's the point? It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
I mean, they would kill me anyways, bro, because I would read, even if they
You
let
tell
me
everybody
leave,
everything, right?
man, nah, I would steal some shit.
Yeah,
I'll be the type of nigga that just start stuffing shit in my pockets, you know, wrapping it, if it's like some ancient ass scroll, wrap it around my fucking thigh. I'm not that big. I can hide it.
Yeah.
What they gonna do? It's pieces of paper. They can't scam me for it.
Yeah.
What the fuck can they do?
They could strip search you, man. It's the fucking Vatican, bro. You ain't
Yeah.
getting out of there. You're dead.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not worth it, man.
I tried anyways. Fuck it.
It'd be cool to freeze time, though. That's always been like one of my wishes to superpower.
Did you ever see X-Men First Class? Where homeboy froze time and probably one of the greatest frozen
Oh,
times.
Quicksilver?
Yeah.
I mean, he really freeze time. It's just him going like, it's kind of like back in the day. You ever seen the
super
movie,
fast.
Well, yeah, I mean that's all.
Clock
Look,
Stoppers?
well, that's all it is. Think about it. There, you know, the time doesn't really exist. You know what I'm saying? Time is just
It's like
you.
super slow.
Yeah. So you know that's what to him time is. He don't see time the same as us.
Isn't that how Interstellar describes black holes? It's like once
Man,
you're in.
was it black holes or is that what they went through?
I
in
think-
Interstellar?
Yeah, that's what he went through.
They went through that movie. They went through a couple.
Yeah, they described it as like, from our perspective, seeing something go through a black hole is like going really slow, whereas them is like everything is going really fast.
Yeah.
And by the time that you look back and realize that, you know, how far away you are from the earth, everybody's already dead. Everything you know and anybody who's known you is probably dead.
That's crazy.
That's how
Yeah.
fast time is going.
Yep. So apparently, at a certain point in the event horizon of the black hole, you see all of time.
What do you mean? You see all
Exactly. I know. You know.
It's weird.
You know, yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's a weird
look,
movie.
Well, first of all, I don't believe.
That's what they said at Interstellar?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I don't believe in black holes. I can also put you on some lectures that'll tell you why they're ridiculous theory.
Who professors disprove
Yeah,
black holes?
yeah, because black holes and and you know the Higgs boson, these are just things that settled modern science makes up to try and cover up the fact that they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't like saying that.
Because
they don't like saying we don't know.
because they can't prove it.
Black
it's-
matter and shit like that.
Science is like this. If something's not true until you can prove it, and they have proven none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then it's become fact. Why? Just because it's settled science.
They don't want to be proven wrong. Einstein started all this shit.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of professors. If you go on YouTube and look up the Thunderbolts Project, this whole channel is just nothing but disproving what these other people talk about. As far as these are the same people who remember I told you about Saturn and how it used to be our sun. They're the ones that really back this theory up with hard facts and to look at everything.
And then like mainstream scientists will not back that shit up. They're like shut them and shit.
These people even disprove E equals MC squared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they disprove Albert Einstein.
I don't even understand that shit.
And Albert Einstein said himself, look, if no one can disprove just one thing of this, then yeah, I'll admit it's not true. And this guy, this really smart dude.
But this recently he disproved it?
Yeah, but obviously, you ain't gonna hear about it. Why? Because this ain't settled science.
Right.
This is like rogue science. Just like how in a way, how me and Romo are going to these classes and learning about all this shit. We're like rogue students. You know what I'm saying?
We're learning all about history and knowing what the interpretation is as far as how people are teaching it. We know who these people are as far as whatever they name themselves. Whether they switch their names or whatever it is.
That's what's up.
We're learning the true history.
They were like, what the fuck was that sound, man? How far into it are we? Is there a way to check it without stopping it?
What?
Like, how many minutes are we into it?
48 and
48.
23.
I guess we could make it
Good.
a round hour.
Oh yeah, we can go. Yeah, I'm down.
We'll be
As
less.
long as you got something to talk about, I'm down to talk forever.
Last subject. I mean, what we argue about? Arguing with this fool. I don't know why. Go away. Why you want to come near me? Just want to bathe my space.
What about music? Y'all been listening to good music? I've been listening to all basically Joyner Lucas and ASAP Rocky.
He put me on some Young Dollar.
Oh yeah,
That fool goes hard. I can't lie.
that's what's up. Oh man, did you get into any more Zero? Shout out to Zero.
Nah, I don't have any.
Screw
I haven't seen these.
Oh,
They
yeah.
made me
I
one.
need to look. I gotta start them off. You know what I'm saying? We're
Start
gonna
off slow.
Yeah.
Slow penetration, son.
I bought me
Nah,
a CD case too, so I
I
gotta
don't
get
know.
rid of that.
Cerebral penetration.
Oh yeah, eargasm. Man, there used to be a little shop.
Yeah.
And,
Shout out to Richardson Square Mall.
Man, R.I.P. son. You know what I was real upset about?
Sam Goody.
Nah, that's not what I was. But shout out to Sam Goody as well. But Toys R Us, man, Toys R Us. I just realized, cause I used to take my son, bro. We just walk around and shit.
Man, let me tell you why it's some bullshit. It's the same people that talk about they miss Toys R Us are the same motherfuckers that talk about they miss Blockbuster, but forgot that Blockbuster used to try to charge you $5 for a one-night rental. You know what I'm saying?
And that, as soon as I was talking to my sister, I was like the same thing. I was like, it was too high, it was too expensive.
Yeah. You know who went to Toys R Us?
Usually I would just buy like little shit.
You know who went to Toys R Us? The rich kids. You know what I'm saying? Not us.
Because they marked it up, bro.
Not later on. I mean, because at one point it was just a toy store. And I remember you went at one point, there's all electronic shit now, video games and all these tablets, and I was like, oh man, this isn't even no toy store. And the toys are all overpriced. You know what I'm saying?
They used to have like little. Yeah, they're very overpriced. But it was just cool to walk around and just see all this shit. But they did it to themselves, to not be in business anymore.
It's a fucking bargain store now.
GameStop's gonna end up dying soon too.
They're gonna end up going bankrupt.
I mean, I think they already are bankrupt. I think they already claimed bankruptcy, if I'm not mistaken. Where you're like, fuck them.
But you know what's funny though is Netflix. They had Netflix. My bad. Redbox. They actually just got out of the whole video game in period because what people don't know, Redbox started selling all their video games that they used to rent. They started selling their games on like for ridiculously cheap prices. You know what I'm saying?
Online or something?
No, on their Redbox.
You just buy them.
Yeah. You know, there's an option to buy shit on the Redbox too. And if you go and they basically just sold off all their video games because they're like we're not gonna fuck with those anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, interesting, man.
That's kind of cool.
It makes you wonder who's gonna take control of the video games.
Video games are gonna stop being discs.
They need to start making them all digital.
They're just gonna be digital as fuck, bro. Man, virtual reality, that shit's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, eventually video games are either gonna go digital, then VR, and I don't know what after that.
I think VR still. I think I told. He asked me if I get VR yet. I said no. I think it's still in the stages where it's like still rough. I think we're in 20. We're in 2020. I'm gonna say I think that it'll be legit ready for mass consumerism 2023, 2025.
Can you imagine the headaches? Yeah. I imagine getting a fucking headache. I'm gonna be watching porn and getting headaches.
Bro, people are gonna be gone. Like you won't see people anymore.
I'm not gonna get it, bro. I'm gonna pretend because I can't afford it, but I know it's because I don't want to get addicted to it.
I only want to play video games on there.
Check this out.
The 360 shooting games or things like that.
Too good, right?
It.
Check this out. So it's funny because, like you said, what this could lead to. I once read a story, and it was based in the future. And it was based on the future where on this planet, especially in this country, it wasn't divided into races no more. It wasn't divided into political parties. It was divided into two divisions: the people who were healthy and knew how to take care of themselves and ate right because their parents taught them to, or they researched it and they could function. And you had the other half of the world that was either obese or extremely weak because they never got any real food in them, never got any real vitamins, and they're born like already half blind because of the fact that they just passed on this horrible vision from staring at screens all fucking day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you had half of the population that was healthy and didn't need assistance anymore, and this population was pretty much like a welfare state. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like VR will put that into fast forward.
This is a movie?
It was a book. A story. It was a story. It was a story in a short story book I read.
What was the book called?
The book was called Future Lovecraft. Yeah.
Like Lovecraft?
Yeah.
He wrote it?
No. You know, some people took
inspired by?
Yeah, and they wrote. There's historical love. There's a book called Historical Lovecraft, and it's a bunch of stories, Lovecraft style, based in a history. And then they've got this Future Lovecraft. They base it in the future. It's really good, man. It's a bunch of different authors, and it's really, really good.
Man, that sounds interesting too. You ever listen to audiobooks?
Yeah.
Like while you're driving and shit?
I used to listen to audiobooks at work.
Okay.
And then I don't know what happened. I think I got out of, because the stuff I read, they don't have audiobooks for it. If you've been to my library, you know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff there. So I kind of just got mostly back. And I had to get into reading for real because of
they weren't available.
Yeah, because the shit that I'm into, you don't really find audiobooks.
Skywalker OG. High Talker OG.
You Boss Rudin all of a sudden?
Who Boss Rudin?
Strike me up.
Wrestler?
Nah, he's a MMA fighter. UFC fighter early. He made that Boss Rudin the fighting system. You know what I'm doing?
Oh, let's not go there.
Hey, what's the difference between UFC and MMA?
It's not.
This is
like if you ask me the difference between the NFL and football. or the NBA and basketball?
MMA is like the type of sport.
Yeah. UFC is
Style.
an MMA organization. Like the NFL is a football organization. NBA is a basketball organization.
Yeah.
I feel you.
It is, baby.
Learn something new every day.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to bounce it. Oh yeah.
Boom. 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 Boom.
Stop,
Boom. Boom.
Just enough to not get killed.
This is cool.
Alright, I think that's a natural ending.
There's an ending to this whole thing.
Alright, so that's odd pod
What?
number 2. Deuce.
See you in the new
Skywalker OG. Yeah, Happy New Year.
See you in the next decade, I guess.
Positive vibes and frequencies. Much love.
Shit, yeah.
Stay fly. And peace out.
Peace.